going to help. Excuse me while I just mop my brow. So, I've been collecting a few bits up during the tidying and found some bits that I kind of thought, I really like the look of these. They look a bit like old, grungy kind of thing. And I also bought this quite a long time ago now, and I think I've used it twice. So I'm going to... I was going to say I'm going to use this. I'm going to force myself to use this. I might use this. I don't know. We'll see. What do I want to do? I need to get a guillotine, which I didn't get out, or a paper trimmer, or the like. Oh, where the heck is that? Just bear with me. I've got a guillotine, but I don't know where my paper trimmer is. Paper trimmer, where are you? Come to me. Where are you? Where the heck is that? Oh, it's there. It's fallen down the back. There we go. Got it. Not advertising Tonic at all, but like they seem to be the best of these type of paper cutters anyway. So, like I say, I mean that's a challenge for me because that doesn't look old at all. But I kind of thought I might be able to age it down. What should I start with? I'll start with this. Okay, no. Let's go for it. Start with that. Okay, so how big do I want it? Well, I want it by a file folder. I mean one of those ones that folds over and they have the tab on the edge. So I think I might want to cut this down. Do we need a light? No, we're all right. Do we need a light? No, we're all right. Okay. That's how it's going to be, is it? So I'm going to make it 5, I think. Oh, hello. This is the problem when you wing things, isn't it? So, right, okay. How wide do I want it? Let's talk about how wide do we want it first. 6, I think. About 6, yeah, because that'll fit nicely into a journal, and then that way, then I can kind of get the correct dimensions. So 6x4 is a nice size, but I don't want to completely cut it down like that, do I? I want to cut it with a tab on it. So let's cut the tab first, Dave. Otherwise, you're going to cut the whole thing off, and it's all going to go horribly Pete Tong, isn't it? Do I have to? No, I have to cut it down. You know, when you just like think, I don't know what I'm doing. Do you ever think, I don't know, you don't know what you're doing? Because I do. All the time. All the time. So I'm going to do 4.5 then. Then I can put this in here. So what I do is decide how big I want the tab at the top. So once I've decided how big I want it, I want it to be, I don't know, so small will be that size, medium, large. I'm going to go for a medium, and I have to decide where I want it. Yeah, so let's go for about there. Ugh! Like cardiac massage. And then you mirror that up to that wavy line. I don't know whether you can see that wavy line, but you're waving that. There's a wavy line there, and then you do it again. Yeah, and then in theory, this bit cuts everything off, like your fingers and everything. No, hopefully not. Not them. Don't cut my fingers off. Please don't cut my fingers off. I think there's this just kind of help you butt things up, but clearly I don't use that. I mean, We Are Memory Keepers make some good stuff, but they do make it overly complicated at times. There's that, and then you do that. Oh no, it's not far enough now. That doesn't line up either. That's got a wiggly line. Oh, I can't have that. I'm going to have to cut that bit off. Well, that didn't work. Oh, hello, lose it. Don't lose. Oh, don't grab it either because it's got a blade in it, Dave. You plonker. Oh, don't. Ow! Don't get it with your foot. Hook it with your foot. I said I got no shoes on. And I've just tried to hook it with my foot. There's a massive blade sticking out of it. Ah! Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? That didn't work at all. All right, let's cut it down. If you're going to make something, make it right. You know, a paper trimmer that doesn't trim paper. Now, do I like it? No, because it's not got a straight line. But you can rectify that, Dave. Just don't cut the tab off. Yeah, look how wonky that line... Look, this line here is a wonky. A wonky donkey. Apparently, though, I was watching something. I don't know whether anybody else does this. They watch... I don't want to do that because I'll cut the other side off. They watch like TikTok or YouTube or things like that, and watch things that I watch things like things that British people say that American people don't, or things that American people say that British people don't. And apparently, wonky is not a universal thing. I thought it was just one of those things that everybody used. Wonky just means skew whiff, or I don't even know whether that's a word, an easily translatable word. Oh dear, that's ugh, horrible. Right, okay, either I need to learn how to use that thing, or that thing needs work. So, just can't be doing with wonky bits of stuff. Okay, so that's one side. I think the tabs are absolutely enormous for the size of the thing. That is not straight at all. Oh well, we'll make it look old. So I want the other one to be slightly off. So if I go kind of there, so we'll take that on. Hello, you. You upset? Bit stressy because of the weather. Sorry, I'm talking to Worcester, just in case anybody didn't know. You're a good boy. I know. But, you know, you were happily lying on the bed a minute ago. He likes to lie on the bed because the fan is angled so that it blows onto the bed. And what he likes to do is he likes to lie on the bed with it blowing on his tummy. So, whilst being fed grapes. No, that's like a slight embellishment of the truth there, but it might as well be. It's a pampered pooch, that pooch. You'll please remind him of that, because I think he begs to differ. He doesn't get everything, but he gets a lot of things. You know, that look that they give you. You know, if you get food out and then suddenly you've been calling your dog for like half an hour and they don't come, but like as soon as you open a packet of something or tear the strip off the top of a packet of ham, they're there. It's amazing, that, isn't it? That is that paper trimmer. It's that paper trimmer. It's not me. Good. Glad it's not me. Let's get a file. You know, I'm not dissing We Are Memory Keepers, but it's an expensive. I mean, it's expensive for what it is. Expensive piece of kit for it not to blimmin' work. So it makes me think, or make me rethink buying another We Are Memory Keepers thing. I've bought other things before as well, which I don't use. Anybody else that do that? Buy stuff and regret it? Oh, I don't like that because it doesn't line up. Gonna have to do this by And, well, it's going to be wonky now because I can't cut in a straight line. There is a whole thing about not being able to do anything straight, I'm sure, but like I go into that. And I do think now, proportionately, that's the other thing. I wish that cut different sized tabs, because proportionately, those look ridiculous. Do we not think? So what I might do is just completely change it. I'm going to use this cutter and then completely do my own thing. So, bye-bye cutter. That's something to go on eBay. I don't know. Do I want it looking like that? Maybe cut that off. Let's see. Let's see. Let's cut this bit off here. Oh, time for a new blade. You have to cut more than 3 times. Definitely time for a new blade. And then do this, and then I'll make a judgment after I've cut them off. Yeah, done. Okay. Now I know that they're rough and ready. I like them better. Let's see if we can round that. Oh no, I'm not going to get that corner rounder in, am I? So we'll have to cut it ourselves. Rounded corners? How do I round a corner? Without the aid of a safety net. Oh no, oh, I've got a safety net. Waitrose card. No, that's not going to help me, is it? No. It needs to be the other way around, Dave. Alright, never mind. I'm going to freehand it, so if I stop talking, you all know why, don't you? Got my tongue out. Yeah, I really don't like this. I don't like the shape of the tab, I think that's what it was. So let's do that. Do that. Hopefully try and replicate that on the other side. Sorry if this offends you. But look away now if you don't like the way it looks, if you don't like hand rounding. I can only do me. I like that. No, I like that. I'm sorry, I know it's not perfect, but like, it's perfect for me. Can you hear the concentration? Is the concentration like that, like the pressure that's hanging in the air from the thunder? Is that what it feels like? So cut that off. Oh, flip it over again, Dave. Cut that bit off. No tongues. Well, no, we don't do tongues. You have to know you very well to do tongues, I'm afraid. Let's get rid of them bits. Ugh, move my bin over there, but that was a silly thing to do, wasn't it? Better. Okay, so right, take a learning curve from that, Dave. Right, could make some. I'll definitely make something with those. I'm going to put that to one side. This one has got a horrible feel to it now because Brian, bless his heart, put some stuff up on the wall for me. And it's when he was drilling, he's very good at drilling. He's not very good at preparing the area. I've said it. I've told him, so it's fine. And it was all over everything. And the thing is, it was all over all of the papery stuff, and it's horrible. It leaves horribly gritty, like, ugh, it makes me feel a bit. Ugh. Anyway, so this is another piece that I found. Now this is I think it's watercolor paper. Initially, when I picked it up, I thought, what's that? Have I pulled that some wallpaper off somewhere? But no, it's coffee dyed. Sorry, I do this normally because the lens is normally here. That's why the camera was upside down for me. But it's like coffee dyed paper, but it looks a little bit like the under layer of wallpaper. what's that called? Lining paper. So it looks like that. Oh, no, I've just moved the bin. I'm just going to throw that on the floor there. So I'm going to make this into some kind of a file foldery thing. I quite like a slim one. I'll need to find out roughly how wide it is. So it's 8 inches wide. So if I go to 4, about 4 inches, because there's no, it's a little bit over 4 inches. Sorry, a little bit over 8 inches. So I'm going to make a little line there. Oh, Brian's just arrived, so sorry that it kind of, I could feel a presence behind me, and it made me feel a bit like, oh, what's that? It's Brian. Okay. So I've just marked a line, and the only reason why I've marked a line is so that I can kind of get this in half. So, because this watercolour paper is terrible to fold because it's got big fibres, chunky fibres, a bit like me. I wanted to try and fold it in half. Bone folder, Dave. And then, I like that. I really like this. Quite like the fit. It's quite rough, but I quite like the feel of it as well. I don't like the sound of my fingers across it, but I like the feel of it. Okay, shame I'm going to have to lose some of this because I am going to put a little nuggin on it. Do I want to use that? No, it's not as controllable as a blade. So I'm going to cut this bit off, and I want a tab somewhere up here. So I'm going to cut this down. You know what I'm going to do as well? Because does that actually cut anything? No. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change my blade. I know. Oh, this is all covered in builder's dust as well. It's horrible. I've got nothing to wipe it on, other than my trousers. Oh, there you go. Found something. Right. Let's change this blade. Excuse me while I lean into the camera. Sorry if you can hear. No, I hope you can't hear my ear. But if you can see, that's not my ear clinking, by the way. If you can see my ear, it's because I'm reaching up. Okay. You're thinking, what's he doing now? I'm just going to change my blade. Oh, steady. You go back in there. I don't need you. Sorry, I'm just going to concentrate while I do this. I think most of you will appreciate my concentration. You just make sure you do not touch the blade itself. I think that's the right way around. Put that on there. Oh, hello. Put that on there and then slide it on. Trying not to touch the blade because that dulls it. You have to kind of get it to snap, not off, obviously. There you go, like that. Is that in? It is. Sorry about that. I had to concentrate, otherwise I might have lost a limb or something, or somebody else might have lost a limb. Okay. I'm going to kind of guesstimate. Oh, that's better. Oh, perfect. That cut through on the first pass. Where did it go to? That's the problem, Dave. You didn't mark where you went to. To about, I'll go to where that blob is on the ruler, because that's a measurement. And then there. Yep, that definitely cut first time. Okay. So the first cut is the deepest. Yeah. You don't want me to sing. I know. I've been told. All right, Leah, I know. I know my place, and it is not singing. So I'm going to cut that bit there. Right, get those two bits off. So now we've got a kind of a filey, foldery thing. Right, okay, I'll just need to make sure that I cut the same amount off the next page. And I'm going to move my tab a little bit. Where does my tab currently come to? It's not a pencil, Dave. It's there. Okay, so I want my tab to be lower on this one. So if I go to about where the 10 mark is. 10 mark? How big is that tab as well? Well, that was a silly mistake, wasn't it? Not to make it an actual size. From 11 it goes to about there. Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing now. What am I doing? My brain's just gone, oh, I don't know what I'm doing now. Okay, ear. Right, okay, concentration. This might be wrong, this might be right, who knows? I've just rubbed my pencil mark off. Oh no, it didn't. If I go down to 11 and stop, and then from that little mark off, take the rest off. Yeah, that cut the first time, and then cut this bit off. I thought Brian, if he's watching, I don't know whether he's watching. Is Brian watching? If Brian's watching, can somebody tell him to make me a drink? Not tell him, ask him if he'll kindly make me a drink, like a soft drink. That would be really nice. Like, really nice. Like, there's some frozen oranges in the freezer. Lots of frozen orange slices in the freezer. And I'll have one of those Aldi version of San Pellegrino things. I like that. I don't know. Shall I leave the roughy tabby bits on the end? Yeah, I will for now. So, there's another one to go in the collection. Get rid of those. Get rid of the rubbish. Nope, wrong way. Let's make one. Let's make a smaller one. Should we make a small one with this? Right. First of all, let me get a good crease in this, because I think this is just a piece of folded card. Do I want that side? I don't want that side. I like that side, actually. And what shall I like, you know when like you get a file folder for a real proper one? So like I get all of these from work when people throw out their old work suspension files because they're broken. I don't know whether you can see and whether yellow is the right colour. But here you get these like scored lines. I don't know if you can see. You can see. So like basically it can expand. So it can like, it's like it got one of those G words on it. Gusset. And I quite like the look of that. So I think I'm going to try and replicate that. Oh, don't do that too much, Dave. You're digging right into the paper. So obviously no measuring going on here. I'm going to do that, then flip it over and do it on the other side. There. And then there. And it just makes it look a little bit more like a real folder then that way. Do you know what I mean? That makes sense? Maybe not. Don't know. Anyway, so I want it to be proportionate. So let's just cut this bit off to start with, so we can see what we're working with. No, even again, it's not the right tools. Get the right tools, Dave. Put this in here, and hopefully we'll get more of a straight edge that way. So I'm going to go for 4. So the whole thing moved, so let's go for just short of 4. Ugh. I love that sound of cutting paper. So satisfying. Okay, I got an itchy eye now. Excuse me while I just send Brian a text and say, Feed me. Oh, now I've got. I've just put my phone back on, and now everything's coming through. So, so I've just said, can I have a cold drink? So, hopefully he's looking at his phone, because I'll dry up like an old crisp otherwise. There's no, honestly, there's no measuring going on now, so I'm just going to take this bit off. Oh, he's replied. Ping. Oh. I hope you can't see that on camera, because I'm just putting my my ID in. So ORANGE thing with frozen. Oh, it's coming upstairs, I think. Is he? No, he isn't. With frozen. Can't spell, you know, when you're under pressure to do something. With the frozen orange. The frozen oranges in the freezer, because obviously that's not logical at all, is it? Frozen oranges that are in the oven. So demanding. Right, okay. Like I say, no measuring going on. I'm going to make a smaller tab. I think I'm going to go for an inch. About there. Yeah, okay, about there. So cut everything off up to there. Yep. Oh, so much better than changing your blade. It's because I've been cutting books up. Could be worse, could have been burning them, so about there, I think. Oh yeah, that was right. Couldn't see my line, and then about there, perfect. And then hopefully I can do. Hopefully I can break everything. Hopefully that will go in there. Oh, it won't. Yeah, no, that's not going to go in there. So, perfect. Well, it's limes, but like, you know, it's still fruit. So they're all. I've got frozen lemons, oranges, and limes in there. So. So, yeah, that's a good tip. You know, when like you see oranges in the supermarket that are, or lemons or limes that are going out of date, and they reduce them, I just buy them and then cut them up, put them in the freezer, and then I've got some nice. I don't know if that's too big. That's too big, Dave. Then I've got some nice fruit that I can have in my drink, but also cools it down. So just a tip. Perfect for if you're drinking alcohol, because then it doesn't water your drink down either. So you're welcome. Oh, I like that tab. Yeah, I like that. Sorry, I've got really dry skin on my knuckles. I've got dry skin all over my hands, to be fair. So we need to put a line in here. This is a very messy craft going on today. As in messy, like no order to it. How big did I give that? That was an inch. Give you an inch, you take a mile. So the current one starts there. So if I do there, so I go from 11. So that's where my new one's going to go, my new tab, to there. Down to here. So you're lucky you've got me today. Oh no, that's not as big. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's fine. No, I thought I'd cut that. I thought that was the cut line. No, that's pencil lined over. That's all right. Yeah, you're lucky to have me today because I was supposed to be going out. But the person I was going out with, she's up from London, and I think she's probably just busy. You know, when like you plan to see like, all your friends when you go back home, and you just don't get round to it. So, because I was hoping to hear from her today, but I haven't. Exciting news! I am going to the theatre on Thursday. So, I'm going to the theatre with Brian to see. It's Priscilla we're seeing, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, to see Priscilla. So at Leeds Grand. So, there we go. Then we've got a little file folder with our little. You can't even see the lines. I don't know why I bothered drawing them on, but scoring them on. But I like them. Okay, so we've got a little file folder. Do I want to make those lines a bit more emphasised? I.e., shall I fold them? So if I fold against them, and then they become actual folds rather than just indentations, it just looks little bit more realistic. Although, I mean, like, you know, it's a tiny file. I doubt if it looks realistic. It's like, you know, unless I'm a giant. So I've done them that way, but if I do them now that they're on that side, I can do them back the other way now. You know, this is the problem. This is my attention to detail. It has to be like perfect. So I end up doing things like this. So I'd be a good prop maker. Somebody else has said that. I'd be good at making props because I've got such attention to detail. So where's that line gone? There to there. Yeah, so we've got like that. There we go. So we've got like a bit more of a rounded bottom, a bit like mine. Rounded. Sorry, keep going for that lens that isn't there. So what we've got. So that's another one. I will use this other card. I will use this other card one day. Maybe not today. So I've done. So let's do a red one. Now, do I want that red one or that red one? Well, this is. Oh, that's like paper. That. This is stiffer card, and I like the colour of this as well. So it'd be nice if I could keep that on it. No, we don't want to fold it like that, then, do we? How big do we want it? Do we want a bigger one this time? Let's go for a bigger one. No. Dave, stop doing that. Stop just doing something and not measuring it. So we're going to go for 5.5 inches. I'm going to kind of fold it. You know when you draw a line and then you can't find it again? There we go. 5.5 inches, and we do 5.5 inches this way again. And then we just fold against that line. This is what to do if you don't have a scoreboard. I do have a scoreboard, I just can't be bothered to get it out. It's another thing to get. Yeah, there we go. Let's just make that a proper crease. That's going to be a tab, isn't it? So I should cut it down to here. Yeah. No, do the other way, Dave. Put that up against there. Move that out the way. Then cut that bit off. Oh, trying not to stab yourself in the hand. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make this into a tab because it's got that it came with a number on it, already printed on it. Excuse me, I want to just get rid of that bit of flaky skin that's driving me mad. So let's go for a bigger tab. If we have from here, let's make it 3/4 of an inch. To 3/4 of an inch. I don't want to cut that off, do I? But I want to cut that bit off. So measure up to there. I'm gonna cut. I don't know. I'm just going to leave enough space and then decide how big I want the tab in a minute. Cut that bit off. So, how big do I want the tab? Oh, I quite like that actually. How big is that? So I'm still, by the way, I'm still learning my German. Doing all right, you know. I can tell you that my roommate is beautiful. Mein Mitbewohner ist sehr schön. Although I can't do it with a German accent. I'm still working on that. Oh, don't scratch your ear with the blade, Dave. You nearly took it off. Or I can order you a coffee, I can get a waiter, I can apologise, I can say excuse me. You know, we're getting there. You have to walk before you can run, so. Okay, so I could round that corner off because that is a proper right angle. I don't know whether I want the tab. Let's see how this will look if the tab is this big. Is that proportionately okay? Right, we'll go with that. Can't get this one rounded off. I have to cut this one. My corner rounding is not great. Oh no, that's definitely not great. It'll do. It's all right. I don't know why I'm holding it against my pink flesh for. And then I want the other one to be again lower, but not. Where do I want it to start? So I want it to kind of start from about there. Let's mark this up as well. So just going to mark the bit that I'm going to cut off again. So it was 3/4 of an inch on the other tab, on the other fold, leaf. That's what I mean. Oh, I've just lost my. Oh, it's coming out. I thought I hadn't got any more lead in there, but I lost the lead off the end of my pencil somehow. The sounds very wet out there. Is it very wet, Brian?
Well, it is very wet out there. I got a lift down.
Sorry?
I got a lift down.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Johnny dropped me off.
All right. Oh, that's good. So apparently, one of Brian's housemates dropped him off. So, because it sounds very awfully wet. I've just flipped that over, and I don't know where the pencil line was there. On the very edge, pencil line is. So I need to go 2 inches down from there. Yeah, sounds. I mean, like we've had some torrential rain today. So I guess it's all still taking its time, you know, when the drains can't cope. When drains can't cope, that's a whole series on yesterday, probably, which is a channel, a digital channel in the UK, known for documentaries. I was going to say boring documentaries, but you know, they might have some nice ones too. Where is... Oh, Dave, you're not doing this very well. Maybe my foggy brain doesn't help me today. The line comes to about there. We'll cut down to there. That cut, yes. And cut this bit off. And cut that bit off. Starting to get blurred vision as well. That isn't helping. So, because that doesn't sit on the right angle, I can't use that. I'm going to have to freehand cut these. Wow, that was perfect. Can't do that again. No, that's not too bad either. So there we go. Yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to put those lines in again on here, but I'm actually just going to fold them this time, I think. We go there. And just getting your fingers underneath there to get it to fold. Sorry, concentration. Oh. There we go, that's one. They're not perfect, but you know, it suggests that they've been used rather than Dave's just made them today. I'll put another one in there. I just can't get my fingers underneath it. My chubby little fingers don't do that. Will that help? Not really. What can I use? Maybe one of them. Let's use that. Sorry? Brian's saying it's Sing Along a Dave because I started singing again. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we've got like those kind of lines in it now. Just makes it look a little bit more used. Right, okay, so I've made some file folders. I know I'm like an hour of making file folders. How probably not the most interesting in the world, but what I want to do as well is I want to make them. So I left this raw edge on here, and I want to make them look a little bit more used. I left this number on because I like it. I don't like the thing on it, the pencil mark. Let's get rid of that. And any other pencil marks on it. Is there any more? Yeah, there's one there. Right, what I do want to do is make this, rough this up. Right, okay. Now I'm happy with a corner on there. What I'm going to do is going to make that corner really fluffy. A fluffy corner. You know, like you've used it a few times. See, now they go, all the corners go limp on things, or they come off. Okay, doing the same for the edges. But this is just an emery board. Perfect for when you're not filing your nails. You can file your cardboard instead. I love filing my nails. It can get a bit silly though sometimes. Like I end up in pain because I file too much off. Again, just fluffing up all of these edges, so giving it a feeling of being worn, not obviously wearing it, but used. Again, around the edges. Oh, I'll hold that bit there. I'm not worried if I like crinkle it either, because it'll look more used. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to age this up. In fact, I'm going to be doing a series on YouTube on how-tos, basically. So how to age something, how to make something look burnt, how to, distress things, like my way. I did it my way. There's another song in that. I'm not going to sing it either. Tempted now. It's going through my head. I'm trying to stop it from coming out now. Brian says don't stop it, although Leah would beg to differ. So, sorry. Brian says he's sat closer, so he gets to choose. So that edge as well, just fluffing that up. Oh look, oh that's nice. I like it when it kind of just tears away a bit. And then I'm just going to go over the top of it with a bit of a sand, give it that furry feel that you get from old exercise books. And if I could show you, no, that's not it. This folder feels a bit like that, like it's been used a bit, and it's got that kind of furry feel to it. It's all about, you see, that's the problem. Well, it's either a problem or a good thing. I have to have that kind of like authenticity to it. So it's my attention to detail thing. So it's stuff that most crafters probably wouldn't care about, but I'm not most crafters, am I? I am me, and I am trying to accept me for being me. So I'm doing it my way. Oh no, it's there again. I did it my way. So not going to overly fuss about the inside of it, because you don't see it as much. But I want it to be, anybody that interacts with it thinks, oh, he's made an effort. So it doesn't feel new. Again, over those creases. Don't go over the creases too much, because they're already weaker parts of the card, so like they end up tearing. But if it tears it a little bit, then that's fine. I can repair it. I think I'm wearing my emery board down now. I try to go in different directions as well, because then that stops it. Look, otherwise you just go round and round and round. All you can see is the scouring of it. So I don't know whether you can see now. It's got kind of like a marl, sort of like pitted sort of finish to it. So I guess that's the inside, and then that's the outside, and again that's got the same sort of marl sort of. Is marl a term? Is marl a term?
Marl,
Yeah. Like marbled sort of, not marbled because it's not marbling, but like it's got that kind of, and it also feels amazing. A bit like, I don't like the feel of it, but like also a bit like I like it. It's very hard to explain when I don't like something, but I like it. But yeah, that's now a bit more agey. Now, obviously, I'm going to finish aging this up and make it look more aged. It's going to get darker, and it's going to emphasize. I might have a bit of a wrinkle in it or something like that. They often have bits where they've folded a bit. So just put a bit of a fold in it. In fact, if you get a bit of a fold in it and it looks good, you can then emphasize that with a bit of hard for you to see. I don't know whether you can see it, but you can kind of see the lens is not there, Dave, but you can kind of see where the crease has gone, and that crease is just ace now. The more times you do it, kind of better it looks. Yeah, so I like that. I like the whole looks old now. So, and again, that's the same thing with these. Obviously, that looks great because that looks like I made it out of a piece of old wallpaper anyway. So, this also is better if you give it a rough up. It goes almost, the craft card goes almost furry when you rough it up. So, and again, just kind of over the edges and corners. A nice soft corner separately as well, but they look different. And then I'm going to ink that. Once I've got the texture I like, I will ink it to kind of pick up that texture. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like a bit of a... Oh, there you go. Emphasise that, Dave. See, I need to get out more. Things like that excite me. Yeah. Although I'm going to the theatre, so, like, I am getting out more than I was, so... Look at that finish. Oh, that's right. Texture. It smells awesome as well. Oh, I love the smell of craft card. I don't know what it is about craft card, but it just smells like wood. It smells like almost like burnt wood. Don't know what it is. Anyway, I was going to finish and then I got a bit carried away, didn't I? So what did we make? So we made, is that all we made? Just the 4? Yeah, 4. So I'll do something very similar, like roughing it up, and I'll take it into a dark alley and rough it up. I'll make it look darker and grungier and all of that. So anyway, I will do that in another video, or I will do that off video, or I will do that as part of a tutorial. I don't know. These things are yet to be found out. Tune in next time to find out what I did. So thanks very much for today. It's been lovely. And you can find me on YouTube. Please do find me on YouTube. You can please like the video. This will go up probably tonight or tomorrow. Please like it. Please consider subscribing, because that all helps my channel to build. And tell your friends, share it around. I'm Dash of Dave on YouTube, and I will hopefully see you there. That's where the tutorials are going to go. So if you want to get tuned into one of them, I'm going to do a napkin tutorial. I think that's my first one. Is how apply napkins, but I don't know. Might be the second one. We'll see. So anyway, that's it. So I'm going to go. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Dash of Dave. I will see you in the next video. Like I always say, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. I hope you've liked what we've done. And I will see you again, hopefully. All right, folks, you take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good afternoon, morning, evening, or whatever time it is with you. Bye. Bye.